saw a little business card that said Bluebird Taxi.
Oh.
So I'm like, I had more street savvy and it was more instinctual than Dale.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and I go up to the phone and I put in my dime and they picked up the answer the phone. This is 100 miles. I go, yeah, hello, Bluebird. I'm like, hey, I'm at the Bristol bus station. How much is it? I said, I gotta go to Greenville, Tennessee. And they're like, okay, that'd be $30. I'm like, oh, can you come now? Can you come now? Like, we'll be right there. So it was, these dudes, they were gonna rob us. That was it. They would take our stuff. We were just like easy pickings. You know, we weren't gonna fight. So these people came quick. The cab station must have been very close to the bus station.
Yeah.
And within 3 or 4 minutes, here comes the cab.
Wow.
And I just go to Dale, grab the stuff. And we go and we blast by out the door, foiling this potential robbery. Maybe they weren't gonna rob us, but it didn't look good. So we get in the car, and there's a woman driving, and there's a man. And I'm like, thanks for coming. And they're like, yeah, no problem. And off we go. I'm like, whoa. So this was the days when they had not only cassettes, but they had 8-track tapes.
Sure.
Now, an 8-track tape, it was the silliest thing. If you think of it. Have you ever used one?
Yeah, it doesn't rewind.
Right.
You gotta keep playing it all the way through.
But it's like track 1 would have, like, you know, if you had like Led Zeppelin 2, track 1 would have A Whole Lot of Love and the second song, and then track, you know, then track 2 would have the next 3, and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. Didn't make any sense, but people liked them. I even had one. Well, we're driving, and they have an 8-track, which was fine with me, and unfortunately, it was broken on track. It was a Conway Twitty 8-track, and it was broken on track 2. So there was 3 Conway Twitty songs playing over and over and over and over, which was fine with me. So we get up, we're on the highway, and I said, listen, we're going to Greenville University. And the woman says to the guy, goes, she's like, you know what that is, right? And he's like, yeah, I've been down those parts, right? So keep my mouth shut. The lady turns around and goes, you boys mind if we stop and get some beer? And I'm like, no, which we didn't.
Yeah.
And they pulled us someplace. I remember because we were drinking with them. It was no, well, why not? You know, the great Miller High Life, the champagne of bottled beers, as it was known, right? And they had quarts, right? They got like six. Yeah, they got like 6 quarts. So we're driving.
Wait, she was drinking too.
Yeah, she was drinking.
Oh God.
They're just drinking.
Oh Jesus.
Right. So we're driving, and now don't forget. Now it's like it must have been between the time we got to the bus station and then it came. It's getting late,
Mm-hmm.
and the lady starts saying, you know, we got like a 100-mile ride, and as she's having a few drinks, she starts going. She goes, "Yeah, I'm getting a little tired." And the guy says, well, why don't you rest? And I'm like, I say to the guy, I go, well, can you guys switch driving? And he goes, no, I don't drive. and so I'm like, well, I guess I could. She goes, no, you can't be driving my cab, honey. So now she wants to pull over. Right? She's pulling over on the side of the road.
Which is probably the safest thing that's happened this whole trip.
Right,
this
for
point.
a little now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But now
I'm applauding
we're
this.
on the side of the road with open alcohol and ounces of marijuana.
I'm not applauding this.
She pulled over for a quick cat nap. It wasn't long. Oh yeah, and then she had to take a leak.
Oh God!
Right on the side of the road, right?
Yeah, there wasn't the interstate rest stop system yet.
No. So between the little rest and the bathroom break, it might have been like 20 minutes, a half hour. It wasn't much, and now we're back on the road, and I'm seeing the signs. Now Greenville, this Bristol, Greenville, these are like not. Those are like the two big towns. So I'm seeing these signs. Greenville 50 miles, Greenville 25 miles, and then the next it's like Nashville 400 miles. So as we're driving and we're driving and we're driving, I'm starting to see signs like Bristol next 3 exits, and there's I said, I think we're coming up on it. And the woman says, the guy goes, you've been down these parts before. What exit you think I take? They're talking to each other, right? Well, I see the sign that says, because these exits are coming fairly quickly now.
Sure.
Greenville University next exit.
Okay.
So, and the guy says to the woman, he goes, I know it's around here somewhere. Well, they pass it.
Oh.
And I realize they're illiterate.
Oh.
They couldn't read.
Wow.
Yeah. So I politely said, excuse me, I think we passed it. I think you got to turn around and go to the next exit, which we did. And fortunately, where it said University of Greenville next exit, there was another arrow pointing to University of Greenville, which was very close. And we managed to meander our way to get there.
Wow.
And as we got there, after this harrowing trip and almost being marauded in Bristol or possibly killed on the side of the road for that, and as we get out of the car, the lady, fresh as a daisy, I pay her the money, and she says to me, hold on. And she pulls out that very same, I wish I had it, the very same business card that was by the phone, and she says, here, son, next time you're in trouble, don't forget to call Bluebird.